thing about users is that they don't stop being users. They stop using that person and they go on to another.
You missed it. Nicki Minaj is definitely not doing well. She is spiraling downward after Ice Spice and JT declined to sign her, so someone has to check on her immediately. Fans have realized that the Barbie World singer has practically lost all of her friends and that there is a toxic pattern with her. What is Nicki's deal? Why is she so worked up about the label? Do Ice Spice and JT have a deeper reason for not signing with her? Let's find out this was about to happen. Number 1. Number 2 is no following, it's petty, no pun intended. Let's find out this was about to happen. I don't believe everyone is aware that JT and I ended the contract, but the rapper said that if MTH tells someone they don't want to sign with Heavy on It, they'll go and sign with the white people, and guess who the white people are going to call? Nicki owns her own record label, Heavy on It, but the truth is she's not doing hot in that department apparently. JT and Ice Spice refused to sign a 360 deal with her label. Nicki's just about had enough of rappers leaving her company and going for fancier labels owned by white dudes, and boy did she let it all out on Station Head.
Make sure they get the attention of the barbs. So you would be surprised, and I'm not talking about doing ad-libs on any songs, if their name is not on the Pink Friday 2. They're not a Heavy on It artist.
Admirers believe Nicki was mistaken in founding her own business. Another person wrote, "Why would they sign to a B-word that's always ranting on Station Head? LMAO, no other female rapper is on there unless they want to promote a song." Others said that Nicki's biggest mistake was trying to start a label 15 years into her career, while others thought that Nicki didn't have a personality that invited artists to sign with her. That doesn't lessen the fact that Nicki is furious about JT leaving her label in search of better opportunities and Ice Spice. Because of this rough patch between Nicki and Ice Spice a few months ago, fans believe there has been trouble brewing in Paradise for a while. Nicki jumped on Station Head, which seems to have become her go-to place for venting now, to __ talk a certain user. She never dropped a name, but it was clear that she was furious. The rapper talked about how users are born like that and they'll die like that as well. Thing about users is that they don't stop being users, they stop using that person and they go on to another, and when they find themselves one day in that quick SI best believe they'll look like an ugly mess. First of all, they're out strange. Actually, you see bloodsuckers die after sucking all that blood. Oh, someone just chops their head right clean off, but users, they don't necessarily have stopped being a user. They were born a user, they'll die a user, they'll die a user. The only thing that changes is who they use. But why did everyone think it was Ice Spice? Well, back then Nicki and Spice were on good terms. Heck, Nicki even jumped on a song with Ice Spice for the Barbie movie, which earned them a nomination at the Grammys. So imagine how Nicki felt when Spice went ahead and posted a picture with Nicki's arch nemesis Cardi B on X. The picture kind of cracked the case for the Barbs. One person wrote, "Nicki seen the picture with her and Cardi, why do somebody got to be using her? 'Cause they don't want to beef with her enemies." This same __ occurred with Megan, and it seems like Nicki is completely bonkers to believe that she is going to take control of people because she collaborated on a song with someone and, well, Ice Spice ended things. With her label, it doesn't seem like these two women will be patching up for Barbie World 2.0. That said back in 2023, there was speculation about the rapper joining Heavy on It. Nicki even announced it when she told everyone about her new venture. She wrote, "Heavy on It is the label and I'm proud to announce my partnership with the one and only Ice Spice." This was the time when the two ladies collaborated on Spice's song Princess Diana. However, it turned out that Nicki had to postpone popping the champagne bottles because Spice had actually signed the papers with Virgin Records. As if that weren't dramatic enough, there was also the drama surrounding Spice's accusations that Nicki was jealous and delusional. A few months ago, the Deli singer had a falling out with one of her friends, Baby Storm, and to be honest, Spice should have reconsidered before severing them. Boy, did Ice Spice regret it deeply. Storm released screenshots of her conversation with the rapper in which she was demeaning Nicki, and believe me, Nicki was not going to put up with this. Ice Spice got exposed for other stuff as well thanks to the screenshots, like cheating on her boyfriend, but it was the Nicki stuff that really captured everyone's attention. Basically, this was around the time when there was some tension going on between Ice Spice and Nicki concerning whether Spice was going to join her label or not, and in this particular conversation, Storm asked Spice how a call between the two parties went, and here's what Ice Spice had to say. She wrote, "But then James called with Nicki's old manager of 11 years, and he said she was being unfair, asking for too much, which is what everyone's been telling me, but it's hard to negotiate with her because she doesn't let people talk like Loy or James etc. Stormy tried to sympathize with her situation, asking if Nicki doesn't realize that she's asking for too much, to which Spice said no, she doesn't think so at all. Storm fanned the fire by asking, do you think you guys will be able to come a compromise? That's when Ice Spice said, hopefully, but we're about to put out another record in June for the Barbie soundtrack, which is an opportunity I brought her, because Barbie asked me to do it alone, but since that's her brand I invited her on, and she doesn't even see that as me bringing her something. She's kind of like my mom, ungrateful and delusional. And another screenshot. Storm asked, did she do more? Or do you just feel like that's what's best? To which Ice Spice responded, no, it's that, plus she wants publishing from all my songs. I had a collaboration with Taylor Swift before I had one with Nicki, and it seemed like Nicki tried her hardest to convince her not to. Here's what SP Vice had to say about that, and that's essentially what she's saying, because she keeps saying things like, oh, when Wayne was signing me, I didn't question blah blah, but me and her are in different places in our careers, so why would I work backwards? And nah, it's just necessary. Like, she gaslights me too much. I got to love her from a distance for my mental health. If anyone was hoping that these two women would work things out, I've got news for you. Nicki unfollowed Ice Spice on Instagram, effectively cutting her off from her world forever. This is not surprising given everything that has happened between the two in recent months. To make matters worse, fans claimed that Spice was playing a song by one of Nicki's ops at one of the shows for Ice Spice's Y2K World Tour. If Spice was looking to fan the flames, she did just that by playing the song, and guess what? JT wasn't treated any differently either. Nicki unfollowed JT on Instagram, but things had been escalating between the two for some time now. Fans believe that despite JT's appearance on Nicki's extremely bizarre remix, and even brought her out for Pink Friday's second world tour in Boston earlier in April 2024.
So I have to question why a person would go from unliking you to loving you. Is that odd? Well, you don't say.
Now, why did fans assume that Nicki was referring particularly to JT? Well, it's because prior to JT dropping bars with the Anaconda singer, Nicki did change from hating to liking Nicki, and she was coming for her wig with Young Miami. Nick can't rip no B, ain't even she with me, but she got dropped like some grocer. I'm going with, don't care, I'm B with Nicki, but I ain't no frailing on a beat. We never thought nobody was going to hit that, we and never think we was going to be signed. We never thought none of that, we just was playing around just. And Nicki even mentioned that she had no intentions of working with someone who hated her, won a record, the one of their records that was out that time. And then social media happened, you know what I'm saying? So people will say things about someone like an artist if I is just a regular human. Was about to do something with you, if I was about to go out to dinner with you tonight, and then I get something that says, yo, she don't really fool with you like that. She was saying this and she don't really like you. I'm not going to go out to dinner with you anymore because now I know that I like you, but you don't really like me. Do not just one thing. Now some fans thought Nicki was taking shots at the Barbs, but for most of them, the person in question was JT, and considering how Nicki gave her the cold shoulder on IG, I think it's safe to say to run with that theory. Surprisingly, JT addressed Nicki unfollowing her on IG during a live on the app. Fans caught the rapper saying, my heart really hurts. It's like losing someone you love. Nicki, I love you and will do everything I can for that follow back. If she really believes that, all she has to do is listen to Nicki's tirades against station head. However, can we please address the fact that Nicki has been at odds with almost every person in the business? Nicki's unruly actions, such as the internet didn't forget how she handled the Megan Beef Girl, literally encouraged her fans to dox the location of the gravesite of her ops' mother, simply because of a lyric in her track Hiss directed at her S-offender husband, who by the way is an S-offender. Heck, she crossed a line when she posted a picture of a gorilla on her IG story with an injured foot. Fans didn't need Sherlock to help them figure this one out. To be honest, Nicki behaved disgustingly during the whole beef, and it wasn't just with Megan. Nicki has shown this trend throughout the years. For example, recall the moment she made her headlining debut alongside the Queen of Rap. I'm talking about Remy Ma. Of course, Remy and Nicki were dropping bars at the same time, but after Remy served some jail time for her record, Nicki took center stage. When Remy eventually made a comeback to the music scene in 2014, it seemed like Nicki had forgotten her place. As a result, Remy decided to stir things up by dropping a freestyle over Minaj's hit song, Truffle Butter. Sadly, there were no personal jabs there, but her verse over the song changed everything. She started the song by rapping, in a minute, let me body B words record yay for the millions. I'm going to kill these pop HS because nobody on these streets is as good as me, and potholes are going to force you all out of business. After that, it was really a fight between the two women. I saw Meek at All Star, and he told me your ass dropped and he couldn't F you for 3 months because your ass dropped now. I don't think y'all understand how bad her ass got the implants that she had put in her ass popped. I was like, damn 90 days, and you couldn't have boxed. Did she at least compensate and start giving you mad top her name, Minaj? Remy made history by opening the door to Nicki and dethroning her. In 2017, Nicki's career was effectively ended by her diss track Sheath. Yes, she isn't thinking negatively about you and Coke. I may release the video of you smelling the ski slopes and being gassed, but you've been on E via pills and potions, so you cheated on your spouse with EO. Yes, you have your ghost and have been on EHO. Ryder's back, so you think you lit in the end, but Nicki didn't win the beef. And worst of all, it exposed her true colors to the industry. It feels like Nicki is still upset about losing her crown to Remy in this way. Perhaps that's why she's been acting aggressively ever since. Yeah, it's entertaining for a while, but for fans it quickly became monotonous and, most importantly, repulsive. One fan noted that Nicki has fallen out with almost everyone, with the exception of predators and abusers close to her circle, and they couldn't be more accurate. Meanwhile, someone else penned Cardi B. The stallion Megan Dioa, feline LTU ice flavor at a certain point. You have to realize that she's the problem at the end of the day. Nicki's got no friends in her corner now, especially ones who are willing to take a bet with her label. Though it's kind of ironic that she's bashing people for not signing with Heavy on it when she's not on the company's roster of artists herself. Instead, Nicki signed to Young Money, which is a label owned by Universal Music Group, and guess who owns it? Lucian Gra, Diddy's big boss and the person who's bankrolling Drake, so yeah, Nicki cared to do some explaining. Also, if she wants people to sign to her label, then she might want to offer them better deals, like where does she get off asking for Ice Spice's cut when the rapper literally owns her masters? Ice Spice played it smart when she first appeared on the music scene. According to her manager James wrote, "Man, JR, we wasn't freestyling it. Deals came to her, production deals, 360 deals, but they were deals that I knew could be better, and in order to get better deal you have to go out and do it yourself." That said, some fans have been defending Nicki, talking about how back in the day she did features for free and propelled the careers of many, and now it's simply her.